Is exactly 4 minutes past 1 o'clock. With the compliments of the Red Chariot Foundation, we are pleased to welcome Sister Devi live to the studios of Akashvani 106.5 FM. This afternoon, Sister Devi will be discussing various topics, including death and dying. The claims made by Sister Devi are her own and not of Akashvani 106.5 FM. Our program is interactive and all are welcome to call in with questions, but we are kindly asking first-time callers only to participate.
Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bharigo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat.
Jai Sitaram, Sister, warm welcome to our studio. It is indeed a pleasure to have you here on Akashvani 106.5 FM, and thank you so much to the Red Chariot Foundation for providing sponsorship for this hour.
Jai Sitaram, Kamala, and Assalamu alaikum, and Sai Ram to all who are listening, especially to you, Kamala. You've been doing a really, really great job, and I must commend you, especially for Shivatri. So a lot of people listen to you, and you are really number one. You are the princess and the queen of Akashvani and the entire Trinidad and Tobago. So congratulations on the great job that you are doing as well.
Thank you.
And it's a pleasure to be in your company as well.
Yes.
You know, and I know a lot of people missed us, and you know, we had a little ups and downs, but you know, everything is back to normal. And we are here discussing death. And the reason I chose this topic, my dear friends, actually I was going to do chronic illness, because so many people are suffering from different pains and diseases, just simple remedies, you know, to make the body better. But the reason I chose death is because so many people are crying out to God, and so many people are questioning where are they going after they leave this planet or this body. So I decided to do the death because so many people fear death. And when one learns about the facts surrounding death, his fears will definitely be eased. So what should one do when a beloved one is dying? What is our real duty? How can we improve their next life or your own next life? What should we do after the death of our loved ones? With what understanding should we remain calm and balanced? You know, Kamala, as you said, one question per person, and that way we can accommodate more callers and also first-time callers, because we have so many complaints that people are not getting through, and some people are trying 54 times and 100 times, and it's also to educate people, you know, on different topics, as well as take your calls and answer your questions, you know. So as everybody knows, death is the permanent cessation of all biological functions that sustain a living organism. I am not a doctor, a medical doctor, nor do I pretend to be one on TV. You know, House, the series House, and bodies of living organisms begin to decompose shortly after death. And honestly, all the 5 elements like air, water, ether, fire, and so on, they fold into each other at the at the time of death, you know. So at the time of death, nature strips you of your name and all that belongs to that name, your bank balance, your property, your family, and even the clothes on your back. Your race, religion, or even political views that don't matter anymore. And there is constant fear in this world, and the world is never void of fear for even a moment. People are asleep even when their eyes are open, you know, and that is like people are in a state of ignorance of the reality of this world and what this world really has to offer them, you know. So before I go further, I would like to start taking calls so that way we can accommodate people.
Okay, so our time is now 8 minutes past 1 o'clock. You're tuned to Akashvani 106.5 FM, awakening the mind and spirit. Sister Devi is live in our studio, courtesy the Red Chariot Foundation. Your calls are welcome. It's one question per caller, and we'd really love to have some first-time callers on the program. Our studio line is open, 627-3223. Hello? Hello?
Jai Sitaram?
Okay, I think we are experiencing a problem with our phone line. Just hold one moment. Okay, you can...
I'll continue with what I was saying before. As I was saying, there's a saying that nothing else is certain but death. and death comes in a moment, and its time is unexpected. All that separates us from the next life is actually one breath. My dear friends, one breath seems like a lot, but it's not. One breath in the here and now, So there are two bodies. I want to explain this because I'm also experienced. I'm saying all these things from my own personal experience as a psychic visionary medium. I'm a medium between the souls here and the souls that crossed over to the great beyond. There are two bodies in each person. One is the physical body and the other is the spiritual body. All of your actions, words and thoughts are stored in the spiritual body, not in the physical body. So whenever you are ready to leave this earthly plane, guess what? You don't take anything physical with you. As everybody knows, some people like to hold on to things and they are attached to things. Sometimes people are attached to their loved ones and try to hold on to them. Sometimes they want to leave the planet, sometimes they don't want to leave. So since everything is really stored in this ethereal body, that's what will be tagging around you, which is the auric body. You've heard the term akashic, which is space, or auric. And that auric body is the front of you. It's not like behind you tagging along like your shadow. Okay? So can we take a call now?
Yes, hello?
Sitaram, sister.
Jai Sitaram.
This is a first-time caller. I would like to get a reading on myself on the 12th of September, 1956.
Okay, your birth date is not important. What I use again is the Akashic records. You are a very nice person. Sometimes you have pain in the shoulders.
Yes.
Sometimes sometimes the head and so on, you feel tense.
Yes.
Okay, and your back.
Yes.
You really need to take care of your bones because as you grow older, you might be suffering from osteoporosis or rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
You're suffering from your calves as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see how easy it is to read for you? That's because your energy is very light and great. You're a very spiritual person.
Thank you.
Yes, and whatever you're doing, continue doing it. It's definitely going to help you. That future, when you go on, you move on from this plane to another plane. Right? So you are okay. You're going to be great.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Jai Sitaram. It's that, that soul who called just now. It just goes to show when you pray, that comes out in your voice. And my dear friends, most of you know, when you're listening to somebody on radio or you're looking at a YouTube or television, by listening to the voice, especially like Kamala's voice, for instance, she brings a lot, not just songs and a few words of, simplicity, but her voice is deep and honest and sincere, and she is also full of humility. And you, my dear friends, knows these things. So when you listen to, whether it's a pundit or a priest or a preacher or an imam, you know that they are bringing to you from their soul, from their gut. There are some people who are on radio just because it's a job, but Kamala, as I said before, you are truly a gifted person, and you really bring a lot to the table and helping those. No need to cry, Kamala. You're making me cry. Let's take another call.
Hello?
Thank you, Sarah. I would like to get a reading from you, please.
For you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you suffer sometimes with your head? Like sometimes you either have eye problems or your face hurts? Because you touch your face a lot.
No, not my head, my back.
Okay, because there are some bone problems in the face. I see your hands on your face. Right. Sometimes you're very uncomfortable. Right. The lower back, your lower back hurts a lot, and sometimes you bend when you're walking, like it's too much sometimes to get off the bed. Right? You really need to drink more turmeric or haldi. Okay? And you really need to take care of yourself. There's so many people are suffering from back problems nowadays. That's because of the problems in the atmosphere and the foods that we eat. You really need to have flaxseed and certain things to make your health better. All right. Okay. Other than that, sometimes your heart is full. Like sometimes you take on too much. Okay?
That is true.
You mustn't take on so much. You're taking on other people's nonsense, right? They tell you all kinds of stuff, and you don't believe it, but it hurts you and it makes you cry. But you can't stop people from talking and complaining, right? But you have to change, not them. Don't take it on. All right.
Okay, Jai Sitaram, thank you. Let's listen to you anytime you're on the radio and at home, right?
Thank you. I feel like a big hug from you. I feel like you're hugging me. And thank you so much for
your
support.
Love you.
Love you too, my darling.
And Kamala.
Yes?
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
It's amazing how this energy it keeps flowing, openly and honestly. And my dear friends, I've been meditating, and as always, before I come on radio, I'm always frightened because I don't know what's going to come up in my meditation. I get up every morning for meditation, and also Celine, my daughter who's listening with Tracy, she also gets up and she sings along with the bhajans and so on, and we enjoy that. And so it's not that difficult to get off your bed and get up early. Sometimes we feel lazy and we don't want to, especially when it's raining, right, Kamala?
Yeah.
But we have to, because that helps our soul, So now that we know about death and the dying process, what really do we know about that? Hey, listen, I want to share with you some experiences I've had on a personal level, dealing with thousands of people who called me. So there are many ways one can pass and leave this body, right? Which is like natural causes, or when the soul, could be diseases or natural causes, suicide, murder, what else? Accidents, so there are many ways, right? But you want to take another call, Kamala?
Yes, just to remind our listeners, it's 1:15 and compliments Red Chariot Foundation. Sister Devi is live in the studios of Akashvani 106.5 FM. The studio number 627-3223. Hello.
Hello, Sister Devi.
Yes.
I want to get a reading for myself.
Okay, you are very kind-hearted, but sometimes your back hurts. Sometimes you have a little physical problems, or upper back, like the shoulders. Do you sometimes feel a bit tired, or do you feel cramps in your hands?
In my hands here?
Yeah. Were you ever in an accident?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what's causing it. What you need to do is get to a physical therapist or a chiropractor. Okay? And you really need to be careful of who's walking on your back, because sometimes they can mess up on the nerves. All right? So I'm seeing some nerve problems with the bones and the back. Once again, it's strange how many people are suffering from back problems, but yours is caused by that accident, and also you're having rheumatoid arthritis, your knees and so on. It's hurting, huh?
Yeah, my knees hurting.
Yeah. Also, don't worry too much. Sometimes you stress yourself and you keep rubbing your forehead. Okay?
Yeah.
So don't stress out too much. Try some breathing exercises. Straighten your back, and when you're at your office or when you're driving, straighten your back. Okay? And do some simple breathing exercises. That will definitely help.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. As I was saying, natural causes or diseases and so on. From what I have seen, what happens when the soul is about to depart the body, the physical body, the navel, around the navel, there is that auric or umbilical cord. I would have to say an umbilical cord because of the way it stretches, and it can go all over. It can go to different countries. That's how far it can reach. And this soul who is passing on, the relatives that are already deceased, that were left before, they come to visit. They come to say, well, it's time for you to also go. And that's why you hear so many people on their deathbed says, this one is coming to visit me. And then you would say, but that person died a long time ago. How is that possible? How are you seeing? That's because the soul who is passing on, is the psychic body starting to awaken. All right, or the auric body. And once that navel starts traveling, it starts going all over to visit wherever the mind goes. Wherever the mind goes, it follows that. So it's very simple. I've done like my sister when she passed on, I followed her. As I said before in the previous programs, I followed her everywhere she went, and she went to all her loved ones and all her friends and all the things that made her happy. Even some of the things that made her sad. So that's how simple it is. And once the soul crosses over, it snaps. When that umbilical cord, I hope I'm making sense and I'm not going too fast, right, Kamala? When that umbilical cord snaps, hold on. it's when it's Brother Harun is sending me messages, spiritual messages, and it's affecting me. That's why I'm a little when that snaps, the soul is like all white. It's all in white. Sometimes you hear like NDEs or near-death experiences. People will say that when they came back, they saw all white and all light. Well, that's true. Sometimes, depending on their soul, their mind, their thoughts, it all depends on all of that. So I hope I'm explaining it. If I'm not, go back on my Facebook page or Red Chariot page, or Sister Devi with 2 R's. Call Anil or Baby, I'll give you their numbers, but that's how easy it is for me to explain it. When that snaps, all light, the soul then starts to travel where the first thing it meets, it's water. After plain water, nothing like, I know the Garuda speaks about different animals and different things and scary, in fact not scary but terrifying things. Some of those things, in fact all of those things are true. My dear friends, read back the Garuda Purana. Don't go online and read it alone. See if you can get the hard copy, because sometimes they miss out information on the online, sacred/text. They have a great selection of books. Also India Divine, check out those websites. You'll get a lot of information. But from my own experience, that's how I'm seeing it. They cross over water. You ever heard of the word the boatman? And the boatman comes and takes the soul across the ocean or across the plain water. So that's one way. I'll go into another one after another call.
Yep, our studio number 6273223. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to get a reading on my dad, please.
Your dad crossed over?
Yeah.
Okay, your dad have his hands up in the air, like he is like shaking, because he's very happy. He was very sick before he passed on.
Yeah, he was very sick.
Because he's showing me his neck and the blood wasn't flowing. Was he diabetic or heart?
Heart.
Because he's showing me the blood was not flowing properly.
Oh.
All right, but he's showing me he's great. He says you must take care of everybody. You're like the father now.
Yeah.
And everybody depends on you, but some people don't listen to you.
Yeah.
All right. He says don't worry about them. You have to do what you have to do. That's your responsibility, and he expects you to do it. He's sounding like a real strict person.
Yeah, he was.
He was. Yes, but he's very happy where he is. Okay? So I'll go into that, where they go after they cross the ocean and after the 13-day prayer and so on.
Alright, but everything we did his 1 year prayers in the February, right? I wanted to find out like if everything went well.
Yes. Everything went great. The dal, he's talking about the dal or the curry. He's saying it was too liquid, too watery. Because that's something he was talking about. So ask your mother about that and your aunt.
Alright.
Alright?
Alright.
Jai Sitaram.
Alright,
See how easy it is? These souls come through and they make me laugh so much. I recently did a reading and I hope the lady's listening. She says, sister, when my aunt died, we all saw something really strange. And I said, what? And she says, I saw my aunt, the body in the box, the heart was beating. The lady was breathing. And I started to laugh and I couldn't finish the reading because I was laughing so hard, because the souls on the other side knows how to come over and mischievously do things, or move the curtain, or turn on the radio, simple things, or turn on the tap. So it's quite interesting. Souls have a way of coming through. As I said before, I wanted to talk a little about suicide, because I don't like reading for souls for families whose relative crossed over via suicide, because the soul relives that action, their action, over and over again, and instead of traveling over that clear water, they actually travel over putrid blood. Again, it is not easy when you cross over. If you contemplate suicide, and I know a lot of people, sometimes it crosses their mind because it's the easy way out. Get out of the body as soon as you can because of the depressing state and whatnot. But I did a reading for a young man, a teenager, yesterday, and I even asked his permission if I can talk about him today. Well, he tried to commit suicide twice. One was via pills, and the other he took a lot of insulin. So I said, so how come it didn't work? Don't you see that God has a better plan for you? Whatever it is, it's not going to work. And so he had an overdose of insulin. It didn't work. So hopefully the next time I'm on radio, I'm going to ask this young man to come with me and share his story, so that nobody, please, if you are thinking of suicide, get help. If you know somebody who's thinking of it, don't tell them go kill themselves. I think Trinidadians have a way, just go kill yourself. Don't worry about it. Nobody's going to miss you. Don't do that, because you're going to get punished. It's easy to say, but sometimes people are reaching out. There are so many depressed people and issues, but please have a little more compassion, and maybe that person needs help. Report them to the police station. That should shake them up. So we'll take another call.
Our time is 23 minutes past 1 o'clock. You're tuned to Akashvani 106.5 FM. Sister Devi's live in our studio, courtesy the Red Chariot Foundation. You can call in with your questions right now on 627-3223. Hello?
Yes, Sitaram, Sister Devi. I would like to get a reading about myself.
Okay. Sometimes you feel depressed or you feel down.
That is true.
And your mind goes like all your past issues.
Yes, it is true.
Well, you've had a tough life, and a lot of things happened.
Very.
Yes, and a lot of bad things happened.
Yes, it is.
And as I was saying about suicide, you also thought about it.
Yes, I did when I was going to school.
Yeah. You mustn't think too much about the past, because that's not going to change.
Okay.
What you really need to do is start thinking of you now and think of your future,
Of course.
because this is going to really get you sick. And when you leave this planet, as I was talking about natural causes and so on,
Yes.
you know what's going to happen? You're going to be lost. You're going to be confused, and you're going to blame the whole world because, we all see a screen when we cross over,
Yeah.
and you're not going to be happy with what you see on yours.
Uh-oh.
And you really need to change. As I said, I do believe you need counseling, though.
Okay.
I do believe you need some counseling because I don't want to discuss what I'm seeing because it's not nice.
Oh, shucks.
Is that true? A lot of bad things happened that was really depressing.
Yes, it did.
Right, and you want to tell people or you want me to tell them?
No, you can go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Did it have anything to do with rape or abuse?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's really sad, and I really feel for you. My heart goes out to you, and a lot of people who are listening are feeling the same way.
Okay.
But please try to think positive. Listen to music or read a book. I know you're trying on your spiritual level, spiritual upliftment.
Very much. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy called Wayne Dyer. You can go on YouTube and check him out.
Okay.
All right, and get some inspiration.
Okay.
All right, and you are a sweetheart. You're not a bad person. You are a very nice person.
Everyone tell me that.
But you are. I'm seeing it in your auric field, in that same
Yeah.
spiritual body.
I've got all those recommends here.
Well-
Everybody says that.
God is seeing you, my dear. I'm not seeing anything. It is God that is showing me everything.
Okay, yes.
You understand? So if God is seeing those things in you, then what's the point of thinking of past life or past issues or who and what did to you or what
Okay.
they say about you?
Okay.
Don't worry about those things.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Jai Sitaram.
Jai Sitaram.
It's so unfair that sometimes we think of what other people said or what the neighbors are going to say. But in reality, the neighbors also are worried about what you are going to say. People are always going to be talking about people. Small minds think about people and talk about people. Great minds talk about God. If you want to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me via Anil Bhagwat-Saran, the famous Red Chariot leader, 376-3930. That's 376-3930. Baby Balkaran, 765-5388, 765-5388, or my best friend Harun Ali, 359-8842. And I think Anil and Baby and Harun fight who is my best friend, but they are all my best friends. And 376-3930. 765-5388 or Harun at 359-8842. You can also go check us out on Red Chariot Foundation. If you want to donate anything to our charity, because we all know all the monies that we receive goes towards charity and also to pay for this program, So the Republic Bank, 660-192-305-931. That's 660-192-305-931, or you can check us out on Red Chariot's Facebook page, Red Chariot, or Sister Devi with 2 R's. That's Sister SISTERRDEVI on Facebook, or send us a message, send up some messages and so on. And next time before I come on again on radio, you can send me your questions, not just personal questions to answer on radio, but what it is that you want me to tell you, or what it is that you want me to teach you, because I am nothing. I am not a teacher. I'm nothing. It's through the divine grace of God I am getting these messages. I am just a physical body like you all, and all I am doing different is making effort. If you all do the same thing, you'll see that it helps. It helps. Like this last lady who called in just now, and the first lady who called in before. And all the people that just called in, they have great energy. I don't know these people who are calling. I don't know their names, but their energy and that energy field, that auric field, is in heaven somewhere written in that Akashic record. All right. So before I continue with the next form of death, I'll take another call.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Jai Sitaram, good afternoon.
I'd like to get a reading on myself, please.
Okay. Sometimes your throat hurts. Sometimes your voice or your throat hurts.
Yes.
Okay, and sometimes you quarrel a little too much. You talk a little too much.
Okay.
But that's okay, because still nobody listens to you. Your husband, everybody is used to you.
Okay.
All right. Very nice lady. You have plants or garden? Because
yeah.
I'm seeing the plants, everything around you is just happiness. You know, it's a lot of miserable people in your house.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they don't. But that's normal. That's love.
Okay.
Okay, that is their way of showing love. Don't worry about them. But you need to take better care of your health. All right?
Okay.
Because sometimes your neck hurts.
Yeah, presently at the moment.
Yeah, but you really need to eat a healthy, you know, not just white flour. You really need to mix it up with whole wheat and wheat germ and all those things. All right?
Okay,
Try to mix up your diet because you really need energy. Your food is your food intake, you know, and also vitamins.
Okay.
All
So
right.
the problem with my throat, how serious? I can't say.
Well, that's because you're quarreling too much.
Okay, then.
So I'm sure if your family they are listening, they'll say the same thing, you know. But I don't see any major illnesses there. What I see is the energy because you're talking and you're shouting at everybody. So your what do you call that, Kamala? The throat, the vocal cords are stretched.
Tell her to try some honey.
Yeah,
Okay,
That will
I'll
soothe
try.
it.
honey and lemon. Yes, definitely.
Okay, no problem.
Jai Sitaram.
Jai.
Take care.
Okay.
Yes. So great lady, great mother, great wife. You know. So the next form of dying, leaving the body, it's accidents. When that accident happened, the spiritual umbilical cord suddenly snaps off and the soul jumps out of the body, and many times the soul does not realize that it is no longer part of the body until his or her name is called for the last rites to be performed. So usually it's like boom, you know, it just snaps off automatically, and nowhere can a body, once that umbilical cord is snapped off, no way the body or the soul can come back into the body. That's it. That body is no longer like good or anything, you know. So I know it's very difficult when we lose a loved one, but remember that soul is watching everything. And whenever you cry and grieve, the soul also cries and grieve because of the bondage, you know, it's all bondage. And whenever you lose a loved one, try and think that they migrated to another country, and you know, sometimes a green card or the landing papers you don't get, and via that you can communicate with them via dreams or simple signs that they are okay. Ask them before you fall asleep or when you're doing their prayers. It doesn't matter, you know, whatever religion, as I said, whatever prayers, like little 40-day prayer if it's a Christian or Muslim, right? And just ask them for a sign. Am I okay? Are you okay? Show me a sign. Because the soul has so much love for their living relatives, but sometimes it is quite difficult to show that love from the other side of the fence, you know, so it's quite difficult. So we'll take another call.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, Sitaram.
Jai Sitaram.
I'd like to get a reading for my brother and my cousin.
Did they pass on?
Yes.
Was it recent?
4 years ago.
Right. Was it an accident?
Yes.
Because the both of them are showing me what happened, like they were pushed. They're showing me they were pushed.
Okay.
Right? They're very nice. With your cousin, a very nice guy, because he's showing me his straight nose.
Okay.
He's showing
Yes.
me, right, he had a very straight nose, good looking chap.
Yes.
Yeah. They're very, very, they're okay because you all did a lot of prayers.
Yes, we did.
Right. That prayers helped them to elevate them, to cross over into that. Remember I said about the river? And the elements that they have to cross over. Once we do those prayers, they will be okay. You know, we just don't, for one time you pray, you continue praying, so that will help them and help their souls. And it will also help you and your family. Because
Okay.
your mother, you said your brother and your cousin?
Yes, my brother and my cousin.
Your mother never got over that.
No.
So sometimes she's sick and she cries a lot, and she's very depressed. She's not even eating properly.
Yes, true.
Right. I think if you give me a call, I'll do it more in detail. Call Anil 376-3930 or Brother Harun 359-8842.
Okay.
We'll set up an appointment on the phone. Or you can get us on Facebook, Red Chariot, send a message there. But it's quite you know, it's kind of heart wrenching for me to go into details about it now.
Okay. I had some sudden changes in my life, right? Could you tell me what they think about it?
Well, as I said, there's a lot that they want to talk about. There's a lot more that they want to tell me to tell you, and that's one of them. It has to do with relationship and money.
Okay.
All right, so we'll keep in touch, brother.
Okay, thank you.
Jai Sitaram. You know, as I said, the entrance of a soul into the body is called birth, and the exit is called death. However, death is not the opposite of life. It is only a phase of life, my dear friends. Life flows on ceaselessly. It doesn't stop. Not by the death of a body, that means the soul doesn't continue on. I know some religions doesn't believe that, but we all need to understand that religion is man-made, spirituality is God-made, and where a soul is concerned, sometimes they try everything in their power to get a message across, and it's easy to get for the soul to communicate with the living beings via dreams or a simple sign or moving of the curtain, or as I said before, you know. Remember, the fruit perishes, but the seed of life is the seed is full of life. Remember that the fruit, you pick the fruit, but the seed still exists and the tree still exists. So where? You know, ask yourself where. What is it? You know also that when the soul crosses over and after all the final rites are done, these souls must continue their journey at different levels, different planes of existence. I know Shiva Gopal's dad, he ended up in a nice Shiva Loka. He ended up in a place of light because he did not finish his work here. He had to continue it on. You know, other people like Valerie Muhammad, which is Rashid Muhammad's wife, when she crossed over, I had to tell Rashid a couple of times, don't hold the soul back by grieving and holding on and hugging. That messes up with the soul because of the journey. Valerie, she has to help other souls to cross over. She was called home earlier because a lot of other souls are going to leave this planet. She's one of those souls that God, like an angel, will be coming to help souls cross over. So I want you all to understand that soul doesn't just jump over on the other side and nothing to do. You know, just remember that this information I'm giving you is not even my own. It's God's information. I'm sure it's in the Garuda Purana, the Shiva Purana, the Vishnu Purana, and some of the Upanishads as well, the Vedic texts as well. You know, there was another way that souls cross over. It's via murder. You know, so I went through all the other ones. In the case of murder, and just like the white light as I told you about, when the soul's actually shot, when this body was shot, or let's say killed via knife, what have you, what happens is that it doesn't know it's dead. Once again, just like accident, it doesn't know. So in one way, it's like an accident, right? A light at the top, like an angelic form, comes and tries to hold them, because they don't know that they are dead. And also, once again, all the relatives that passed on, they also come to greet that soul. So it's very difficult when a victim of murder dies or passes on or crosses over in that state. It's not easy to accept it right away because they don't know that they passed on. They think everything is normal, you know, until, again, the rites and the grievances and the sadness by the family and the loved ones, they pull that soul wherever they are. We'll take another call.
Just quickly to remind our listeners, it's now 23 minutes to 2 o'clock. You're tuned to Akash Valley 106.5 FM. And courtesy the Red Chariot Foundation, we're very pleased to have Sister Devi live in our studio. And if you'd like to ask Sister Devi a question, you may do so via 627-3223. Hello, welcome.
Hi, good day.
Good day.
I'd like to get a reading for my father. He passed away September gone.
Okay, your father was brown skin or dark skinned? Because he's showing me how sick he was. He was very sick and shaky.
Yes.
Okay. He lost a lot of weight before he passed on.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's saying I was sick. My heart was hurting a lot. My body, my hands wasn't moving.
Yes.
And he's telling me again, you know, you prayed for this for you to get through, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I saw that prayer this morning and I saw your father this morning.
Okay.
In my meditation, and he says, I'm not letting this go. I'm going to let her take this opportunity. He is great. How is your mother? Because he's saying she's not well.
No.
She's very sick and her ears hurt. You need to see a specialist.
Okay.
Because the side of her ears, her body hurts. Her whole body is starting to, she's complaining about that. So he is saying, please don't let her die like that. Don't, please take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But he's fine. He's great.
Is he getting everything that we're giving him?
Every single thing, every month, everything.
Okay.
All right, he's very happy with that. He says, my heart is full.
Mm-hmm.
I am not in any pain anymore. Please tell your mother that. He's telling me to tell you that, to tell your mother.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Jai Sitaram. Now, the pinda every month, these souls, but sometimes you don't have somebody to take it out for you, or, when you cross over, don't worry about that, because your own prayers will help you after you cross over. So it's, once you pray to, like I said, Shiva or Jesus or Allah, it doesn't matter. It's one God under the sun. So we'll take another call.
Hello?
Hello, I'd like to get a reading of myself, please.
Okay. Why are you so tired? Like sometimes you feel fed up. Could you please slow down your volume? It's affecting me, the frequency. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So sometimes you feel like fed up, like it's frustrating. Your life is always on the go. You just can't seem to rest. Alright? Sometimes you need to take time out for yourself to think about you. Alright? Because you're always thinking of other people and their well-being. Okay? So try to think. Okay, so try to think about you. Sometimes, okay? Jai Sitaram. Okay, it's many times we hear people talking about going to a better spiritual place or a higher realm after they die, somewhere that is superior to here. Who wants to really be down in this earth? They want to leave from this world because this is getting pretty boring or played out, and the only boredom comes from our own minds. I want you to understand this. Your own thoughts and your own relationship with life is what counts, not anybody and what they think and what they say. When you cross over, each person or each soul crosses over, what I have seen is like a screen opens up and your entire life is shown through that screen. From the beginning of your birth, the first breath, in fact it goes by breath, not by years and all of that. It goes by the number of breaths, and each breath it shows you what you thought about and what you think about. I'm not telling anybody to just, get up and be spiritual or pure, but nobody in this world is pure. I mean, seriously, we know that nobody, if anybody is pure, they're either dead or living in a cave somewhere, or an avatar, and but make effort. I feel like the reason I chose this, as I said, I didn't choose death. I was choosing something else, and in my meditation I had to write it down. The reason death was chosen, it's because God, whether we call him Baba or Shiva, as I said, he knows everything, and he knows that it's time for you to change, because changes are coming upon our earth. Whether you like it or not, it's going to come. Whether you like it or not, things are going to happen quickly. As I said, Rashid's wife was one of those chosen ones that I know about, to help souls cross over. Whether it's in a multitude of 5 and over at one time, a billion, a million, doesn't matter. Souls must cross, and the important thing to remember is your own soul's journey. It doesn't matter how many issues you have with life. Take time out for yourself. If you don't take time out for yourself, nobody's going to take time out from you. In my own personal life, my own story, I didn't have an easy life. I had tough. I had it really tough. I was poor. I was starving. I didn't have food, living in the US without any family members, with 2 young children, my dear friends. But I'm telling you the God truth. If I can get over it, you can. It doesn't matter. If you could just step one step at a time, one nickel at a time, as they say, you can make it. They say about the spiritual bank and your financial bank. There was a time I sat down and I said, God, how come I don't have any money in my account? And the answer came back. You will get the amount of money that you get is according to your spirituality. The spiritual bank is what you need to really overflow, not your financial bank, because money has no value. I'm sure you're not going to find a UFO coming down the road with a Bible and some dollars in his hands. What you're going to find a UFO coming with is knowledge. Or aliens coming with knowledge, not something to tell you, here's $1, and you cannot pay off God. You really cannot pay off God with money. God is laughing at, he would laugh at you if that's the case, and there's so much information out there. As I said, all of this will be on our Red Chariot. This program will be on our Red Chariot page. I also wanted to say a special and a dear hello and Jai Sitaram to Dylan Avinash Ramdhan. I am coming to see you this evening at Mount Hope, and you are such a dear soul, and Lord Shiva loves you very, very much. And he's only 4 years old, my dear friends, and if we say a prayer for him, it will help him. It will help his family, Wayne and his Dylan's mom. And also to Nalini, Silal and Sydney. Nalini was recently sick. She was at the hospital. She's from Quinnipiac. But I wanted to say, when I heard her voice last night, she had so much power in her voice. Like she was so energetic, spiritually energized, because it's not the physical body that counts. It is the spiritual body that counts. You make effort for the spiritual body. Yes, the physical body must hurt and must pain. That's part of life. You know, I'm always in pain, but it's all part of life, you know. Also to Rashid and Rashid Mohammed and the Cedros Committee Group, a great job what you guys are doing, and thank you so much for all of your help and your assistance. Rashid, you are a great guy, and your wife loves you very much. If any messages comes through, she comes through hugging you and saying how much love she has for you, and Christ is always the answer. Always remember, Christ is the answer. You know, to Tracy Ali and Melissa Chandu and Celine, I love you all very much. Thank you so much. And Sassy and Joey as always. And so many people. You know, I also wanted to say congratulations to Mr. Sugrim Tallboy Baldev and Mala Baldev. They will be celebrating their 27th wedding anniversary. I believe it's tomorrow, or the March 16th. And to his daughter Rhea Baldev and her soon-to-be husband, congratulations. This weekend is the wedding. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it. Happy birthday to Radhika, baby sister. Also to Vasha and Daniel Mohammed from Rio Claro. Kapi, my dear friend Kapi and baby doll. And also to a sweet lady, Anjani Ramjit Singh. And all my Facebook friends. I can't remember all of your names. And also happy Easter to all of my brothers and sisters who are celebrating Easter in the next couple of weeks. Have a safe one and be safe on the roads. Don't forget, you don't want to die before your time. So watch watch how you're driving, and watch for other drivers as well. You know, we'll take another call.
Okay, it's exactly 1:45. The studio line is open on 627-3223. Hello?
Hello, good day.
Good day.
I'd like to get a reading for my son and myself, please.
Okay. Your son is under 18? Okay. Yeah, well, your son is okay. I'm not seeing any problems. I'm seeing like a between 12-year-old, but sometimes these kids look so much younger. Where you are concerned, you also have back pain. I know you can't hear me, but you can hear me, but but take better care of your health. Once again, your health is going down. Okay, so we'll take another call.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, welcome. I'm calling to get a reading for my grandfather who died about a week ago, and also my cousin who died 16 years ago.
Your grandfather is okay. He is very happy. I think she said her grandson, right?
Her cousin.
Her cousin, because I'm seeing he's okay. He's very happy. He's working on another planet, so he's at a different level. Okay, he still has to make more effort because he didn't do a lot of things right in this life. So he has to go back to school, as they say. Alright? So I know that person also got cut off. But just so you all know, sometimes I know I have a lot of supporters in the rum shop in Trinidad, as they say. Thank you for your support. But from what I've seen, like a lot of people who overdrink or whatever, they go behind the planet Saturn. It's very dark. It's like a school. Most of these places are like schools. And depending on your mind and your soul and your thoughts, that's where you end up. You know, some people end up from like a savanna or like a park, and it's like up and down. I don't know how to explain what I see, but it's very beautiful. Some people create houses when they go over on the other side to make themselves more comfortable. Whatever goes on in their mind, that's how they create their own future with their soul. You know, so we'll take another call.
Hello, welcome.
Hi, Chitaram. Could I get a reading for myself, please?
Okay. Do you have any problems with your eyes?
Beg your pardon?
Do you have problems with your eyes?
I recently had cataract surgery.
Yeah, because because it's okay.
Could you please lower the volume on your radio?
Okay, well, with the eyes,
Right.
everything will be okay. I want you to be careful of your chest area as well. Watch what you eat. Drink a lot more fluid or water. Stay away from too much sugary stuff. Okay? Something
Okay.
going on with your neck. Sometimes you have dry throat or coughing. So it has to do also with the lungs. You need to really flush out the lungs. Okay?
Okay.
With ginger.
What should I do about that?
Fresh ginger. Ginger is very good.
Say that again?
Ginger tea, fresh ginger.
Oh, ginger tea.
And
Okay.
turmeric.
I have a problem with walking. I'm suffering with Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
What's the prognosis going to be like?
Oh, that's not nice because the nerves are collapsing on each other. From what I'm seeing is some nerve problem with the legs.
Yeah, it is.
And it's rubbing on each other.
Okay.
Right. Well, you really need to keep abreast of that with your doctors and take the necessary medication for that.
Well, I'm doing some therapy, yeah?
Yeah, well, therapy is going to help, but as the doctors, they will guide you better. And also with your medication, try not to miss a dose. But you really need to breathe. Do some simple breathing exercises. That will help you.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you very
yes.
much.
You're welcome. As I said before, you can call Anil Bhagwat Saran 376-3930 or Baby Balkaran 765-5388, Harun Ali at 359-8842. The Red Chariot Foundation on Facebook, and or Sister Devi with 2 R's. I know people all over the world, especially people in Saudi Arabia, listening to me, and thank you for your kind support and continued support. And you know, some people actually cheat themselves by believing that they don't deserve to be happy. We must make an extra effort to put aside time for our own soul's journey, as I said before. Do not depend on others to change for you, my dear friends. It is up to you to change first. But change for your own well-being and your own happiness. If you are drowning and your child or children are drowning, guess what? And you try to save them before yourself, well, everybody's going to drown, right? So you'll need to make an extra effort. There are a lot of things happening in the earth. You know, and people need to check out their homes to see if there are cracks. I don't know if I'm saying cracks in the walls. The earth is spinning twice as before, the earth. Especially in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't want to scare anyone, but if your geologist says expect a big or huge earthquake in Trinidad, listen to them. Pay attention to the news and don't take it for granted. You know, if a big wave comes and people run to the ocean to see the wave, okay, that's your fault. Don't blame it on the government or blame it on anyone else. But from my visions and my meditation, the earth is like really shifting at a speed, twice the speed. Houses are just collapsing just like that. I see sinkholes popping up. That's because the earth is quaking at the bottom like a cake. It's quaking, and we have the ability to change that as collectively or collective thoughts. And once again, that's the reason why I probably had to take death as a discourse today, you know, and it's a serious case. Please try to change your thoughts, and that will change your world. Okay, I didn't make this stuff up. I mean, you all could go on YouTube or check out your Bhagavad Gita, your Quran, and your Bible, and you'll see the same thing. It's said that many times. Your mind, don't let your mind get weak. Try to make an extra effort. If it's once a day at 12 noon or 6 p.m. and you don't want to pray, hey, don't pray, but just say, I am light, I am peace, I am love, and that will help you. I cannot stress enough how important this is at this time. We cannot allow this world to collapse all the way, because this is a place for our children and our grandchildren. We have to leave something for them. All right? Try not to throw your cigarette out the window and start a fire. Once again, you can't blame other people for your own slackness, as they say in Trinidad. You know, please don't go dirty in the ocean waters. It's really, don't do that, because you don't know the ramifications it will have later on. All right? So we'll take another call.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, Sitaram. I'd like to get a reading for my daughter, please. Karuna.
How old is she?
She's 14.
Okay. And she talks back a lot?
Yes.
And sometimes she knows it all, but that's the age. I mean, that's teenagers, you know.
Yes.
Try to make sure you keep an extra eye on her. And this is not just for you, but for other parents. Don't let them go on Facebook without your permission. You really need to supervise what they are doing on the phones and the Facebook, because you know these boys out there. I'm not saying all boys are bad, but your daughter really needs to. You really need to keep an extra eye. I think she's frustrating you and your husband.
Not really.
But she knows how to make you all, you know, get upset because of the way she's answering back. She's a smart girl, though. She's a very smart girl.
Yes.
All right?
Okay.
Jai Sitaram.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
We can accommodate, I believe, maybe one more call or two more calls, because we're nearing the end of our program. 627-3223. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Jai Sitaram. Could you please lower the volume? The frequency is affecting with what
I
I'm
want to
doing.
get a readout from me.
Okay. You always listen to me, eh?
Yeah.
And you're amazed because I'm picking up the way that you think about me, or the way you perceive this information that's coming through.
Yes.
But you are a very nice guy. You're a very happy-go-lucky guy. What's going on with you giving out money all the time?
I don't know. I just had this like luck. I always giving this one down. I don't know.
Oh gosh, I have to pay you a visit, boy.
I'm sure Kamala. I'm sure if you see Kamala, you'll be like, "Here, take all." You're a very nice guy. Sometimes that niceness can affect you.
Okay.
All right. You have a wife?
Yes.
And sometimes she argues with you about that same thing. You're too nice to everybody, but you're not nice enough at home.
I'm not really sure, but I think I'd be trying to be nice to she as well too.
All right, because you are a very loving person, a very sweet guy, and you really, I see Hanumanji around you.
I got reading for my wife too one time.
Well, no, your wife is good. Your wife have to watch for physical problems with the bones, rheumatoid arthritis. All right, but she's a nice person, very nice person. She loves you very, very much.
Okay.
All right, and you love your wife too. I know that, but you guys are great. All right, Jai Sitaram. Yes, once again, if you want to get in touch with me, contact Anil Bhagwat Saran, 376-3930, baby 765-5388, or Harun Ali at 359-8842. Red Chariot Foundation, we are doing some charity for Easter weekend in California. Or Sister Devi with 2 R's, and I want to say hello to Reshma and Didi and everybody. Also, happy belated birthday to Gemma and Shiny from the Beer Feelings Bar. And tomorrow I'm going down to Plumita to pick up some watermelons. So, so I have my full house. I still have readings to do. So if sometimes you guys are trying to get in touch with me, it's not that I'm very busy. I try to make time for everybody. It's very hard, and that's why you are needed as well to be to hold that mantle as well, to do your own work. And as I said, death is not the end. Death is just the beginning. It's just one door to the next. And I wanted to close with the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. It's a powerful mantra of Lord Shiva, and it's like a call for enlightenment. We just celebrated Shiva, Shiva's birthday, as they say, and chanting of this mantra purifies the karmas of the soul at a deeper level, and this mantra is a great mantra for conquering death. I wanted to sing it with a little beat. I hope I do a good job because I really didn't practice. Celine helped me this morning. So thanks to Celine if I do it right. But this is really a powerful mantra, and this is going out to all of you. This is not for me, but this is Lord Shiva's mantra himself. And as I said, Lord Shiva is also known as Yeshua or Jehovah. So think about that, and this is a life-giving mantra, okay? So I want you to sing along with me. If you're in your car, or if you're in work, in the store, wherever you are, whatever country you are, we can all communicate together. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sukandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Om Swaha Bhuva Bhu. Om Swaha Jhum. Om Jhum. Om Swaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sukandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Om Swaha Bhuva Bhu. Om Swaha Jhum. Om Jhum. Om Swaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sukandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Om Swaha Bhuva Bhum. Om Swaha Jhum. Om Jhum. Om Swaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sukandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Om Swaha Bhuva Bhu. Om Swaha Jhum. Om Jhum. Om Swaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sukandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Om Swaha Bhuva Bhum. Om Swaha Jhum. Om Jhum. Om Swaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sukandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Om Swaha Bhuva Bhu. Om Swaha Jhum. Om Jhum. Om Swaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha.
Thank you very much, Sister Devi, for joining us on the program this afternoon on Akashvani 106.5 FM. And thank you so much to the Red Chariot Foundation for providing us with exclusive sponsorship. The claims made by Sister Devi were her own and not of this station. We invite you to stay with Akashvani 106.5 FM. Coming up next, the 2 o'clock news headlines on the TBC network, followed by Support Your Health Naturally, courtesy Batson Miller and Associates.